This is day number 2, shoulders. We're gonna start with shoulder presses. Carlos is gonna demonstrate what a shoulder press looks like. Now, for the purpose of this video, we're doing it sitting down. You'll see people doing it standing up, which is more of a compound movement. But the reason why we don't like doing it standing up is because when you start fatiguing, you start to lose your form, and usually all that weight lands on your lower back and compromises your back, which eventually can lead to an injury. So just like how the chest, how I said to keep 4 inches off your chest, if you notice, you wanna, when you drop your elbows, you wanna form literally half a square. Drop all the way down, drop your elbows all the way down. You could technically do this, but you're hyperextending your shoulder girdle, just like how we showed you in the chest, dropping the bar all the way down on your chest, overcompensates the shoulder, which can lead to an injury. So whenever you're doing shoulder presses, you wanna bring the elbow to be parallel with the shoulder. From there, you come back up. Now, this is the standard form. You also have the neutral grip. And then you can also reverse the grip. And then you can do a variation of the 3. And once again, look, you can flip them at the top or you can flip them at the bottom. Doesn't matter how you do it, always play with it. Keep the dynamic rotating so your body never gets accustomed to the same exact exercise. Now let's move on to the second exercise. So this is our second shoulder exercise, which are gonna be lateral raises. Now, guys, there are many ways to do these exercises. I don't know how advanced you are, but we wanna keep these exercises simple, basic, and effective. So right now, he's coming right to the sides, which is the traditional way. He can also bring them to the front. He can also bring the pinky slightly up so it hits more the back of the shoulder because you have the anterior, medius, and posterior part of the shoulder. We want to hit as much as we can with the lateral raises, the posterior part of the shoulders. Notice how he just came forward. That's another angle that hits it slightly different. You can rotate the pinkies up or you can keep the palms flat. And once again, do that again, Carlos. You can explode on the concentric. On the eccentric, you slow down. Once again, the positive is on the way up, the negative is on the way down. It's the same thing for every muscle. It doesn't matter which muscle you're working out. You want to explode on the positive, slow on the negative. You'll notice that when you're doing lateral raises, don't try to lift too much. These muscles tend to be a little weaker than your major muscles, so you might want to start with a lower weight, but you want to control the weight. You don't want to just drop it. So here you have another variation to the lateral raise, which hits the posterior shoulder. You can do it sitting on a bench to avoid injuring your back, especially when you start lifting heavier weights. This supports your back. And to get a different angle, you can also lean forward onto your knees so you hit even further the posterior shoulder. Now let's move on to the next shoulder exercise. So for the last shoulder exercise, and to close out the shoulder workout, we like to do a variation of lateral raises, front raises, and there's just different, remember what I said about hitting different angles, because you hit different fibers in the muscle? So go ahead and Carlos and show them all the forms that you can come up with. I love these, by the way. There's no name for these. There you go. This is just basically combining all the front, medius, and posterior part of the shoulder. You do 3 sets and you're basically done. 8 to 12 reps and you finish the shoulder workout.